Yeah, I mean, to me, it's still a game. I'm not trying any harder now that I'm a Padre than I was when I was a Pirate. Um, but it will mean a lot more, to the people that are coming to watch me. The same people that supported me and the 70 plus people that I just talked about that came in 2018 and 19. Now it'll be a genuine cheer for me. Now that I'm representing the team that they actually want to root for, and not just a player that they like and that they want to support. So yeah, I think it means a lot more to some of the people here. It definitely is something special to me, but I put everything I have out there every time. So I'm not, investing more and preparing more than I would have, for any other team. Yeah, I mean, I do feel good on the mound for sure. And as wild as that may sound, or as fake as that may sound, there is a difference. There's some ballparks where you just feel like you're right on top of the hitters, or some where you feel like you're out in center field throwing. So this ballpark definitely does feel good, but it's not the most comfortable in the past. I'm nervous as hell every time I come home and throw. A lot of fans, a lot of friends there that are rooting for me in my own city. I feel a lot of pressure to want to do well for them. But that seems to always bring out the best in me. And I've had some, pretty good success here in the past. So hoping I can keep that rolling.
You mentioned being nervous when you were pitching at Petco Park. Obviously, it was probably the one time in a season you would get to pitch there. And now
Mhm.
that you're going to be able to pitch 15, 16 starts there, do you think you'll still have those same nerves?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that that'll ever leave me. And I think there's a difference between fear and anxiousness, when it comes to nerves. And I don't feel afraid. I don't feel, scared of failing. It's just that anxiousness that you get, and it's hard to explain unless you're in that situation. But those are things that I feel like help me become who I am, and help me create that hyper focus when I'm out there. And a lot of things that make me successful are because there's a fear of not accomplishing what you feel like you've prepared for and what you can accomplish. And a lot of times that I guess fear kind of pushes you into places that sometimes you're not sure you can actually get to. And that's what makes the game so exciting for me, is getting to prove to myself some things that I wouldn't have expected myself to be able to do, or some things that in certain situations in the game didn't seem like it was going to be possible, and be able to pull them off. So those are all things that make me who I am as a player. No, so I'm trying to buy a place. I've been wanting to buy a place for a while, in San Diego, and I feel like I'm in a financial situation where I can afford to get the place that I want. And um, I have a couple issues getting loans right now, actually, with the place in Pittsburgh I'm trying to sell, and a place in San Diego. So I got a lot of things I got to iron out before I'm able to pull the trigger on a place. So I've lived just about everywhere in San Diego over the last 7 years. Coming home every off season, I did Encinitas, Cardiff, Solana Beach, Del Mar. I did Mission Beach and PB for a year each. I did Bankers Hill last off season. So I've kind of bounced all over and lived in the areas that I wanted to live in as a kid, but could never afford to, or never had the car or all the things that I needed to get out there. So downtown's kind of the only place that I've never really lived. I didn't really spend a ton of time down here either. I wasn't big into the nightclub scene, or really even bar hopping and stuff. We usually stayed up in like Encinitas, out by the little dive bars and stuff. So, I'm getting a little taste of what downtown's like for a couple months, and then hopefully by the All-Star break, I'll be moved into a house by then.
Since you did grow up in the area though and follow the team growing up, I was wondering if someone had told you, say, 15 years ago that this team would be fielding a top 10 payroll with three guys with eight-year contracts or more, what would you have said back then?
Out of sped, man. It's about time. This team, I mean, there's always been, good waves anywhere that you live. Everyone wants their team to be, a contending team, and wants something to be proud of for their city. And it's just not realistic that every team's able to produce, that quality every year. So, it was just a matter of time before San Diego was able to make all the right moves, and, have it line up to where we can put this many quality players together at the same time. I just feel extremely fortunate to be able to be on this team at that time. Growing up in San Diego, everyone's waited for a team like this for so long. And, the baseball fan in me thinks it's extremely cool that now I get to actually be part of that team, and not just be, a bystander watching from the stands.